Well, my question is, does this commission still, does it have governance over contests if Mr. Herring would have WWE in his...
The Native American community is a sovereign nation and regulates itself.
I think Representative, we would probably need a statement from Legislative Council about that because for example at the Grand Ronde facility, that's on sovereign land, and the Native Americans are that tribe is a sovereign tribe, in other words, so they can regulate themselves. So and I don't know if, irrespective of state law, if they wanted to promote something out at the casino, they potentially could do that. So for that, we would need to have council come in and let us know on that.
Important to my community.
Okay.
Chairman Kreml, Representative Nelson, also Captain Bob Miller with the Oregon State Police Boxing and Wrestling Commission is in attendance and will be submitting a testimony, I believe, and he can, I'm sure, answer some of those questions.
He might be able to address that. Okay. Representative Kitts, did you have a question?
I've got one quick question. If we leave in wrestling under the commission, Boxing and Wrestling Commission, I guess I don't see the need to do that or understand why we would do that if we're saying that wrestling in this situation, is sports entertainment. Why do we need them, period, to...
Well...
Go ahead.
Chair Kreml, Representative Kitts, I am assuming here that there is still wrestling being conducted for sport in this state. What I am addressing is entertainment wrestling, not sport wrestling. That is why.
Okay.
Patrick?
I can clarify. I think it was touched on earlier. There is another brand of sport that's semi-defined as wrestling called Ultimate Fighting. Maybe you've heard of it. And that, I believe, would still be regulated as wrestling by the Boxing and Wrestling Commission. And that's why it would remain, because it would still regulate Ultimate Fighting wrestling, but they wouldn't regulate entertainment wrestling.
Great.
Representative Kitts, if I may, I may be able to shed some light on your question. In working with the committee on the legislation, as I have done in so many states that have deregulated, one of the concerns that we had, as well as the representative's staff, was that if you were to take entertainment wrestling out in its entirety, it could lead to some rogue organization trying to create an event calling it entertainment wrestling with not having any type of control over them, not having qualified wrestlers. So what we've done in several of the states is said, look, to ensure the integrity of the promotion coming in, and to give the state the opportunity, or the commission the opportunity, to say, look, this is a backyard wrestling organization coming in saying that we are an entertainment wrestling, doing entertainment wrestling. This gives the commission the opportunity of saying, look, we have looked at what your product is. We do not believe that you fall within the definition of entertainment wrestling, and we're therefore not going to give you a promoter's license. It was, again, in working with the committee, was to protect the interests not only of of us, represent the interest of the Boxing and Wrestling Commission, but represent the interest of safety, to make sure that what is coming in under those guys is actually an entertainment wrestling event and not something fly-by-night. So it's a protective measure.
Okay, great. We have with us Senator Margaret Carter, and Senator Carter, welcome to House General Government. And we are talking about House Bill 3581, which I understand you have an interest in.
I do, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to all of you. I'm Margaret Carter, House District 22, Northeast Portland. With me comes ambiance, Mr. Chairman. Yay, go wrestling! And Mr. Chairman, I don't want you to forget, we're talking economic development and we're talking entertainment. I'm here on behalf of my grandkids and all the kids who love wrestling, and Margaret Carter, who loves wrestling, okay? okay? Even though I'm an old woman, but I love it. And they always try to prescribe who go to see wrestling. Well, I have a master's degree in education. I have kids who don't have a degree. I have grandkids who have not graduated from high school. So I don't think that you can fulfill a prototype of who likes it and who does not like it. And so I'm urging you to deregulate wrestling. And if you don't, whatever you're doing today, whether you give them a promoter's license or whatever, let's pass the bill. Wrestling in our contemporary lives, as I said before, is entertainment, and wrestling presents opportunities for economic activity in the region. I have served on Economic Development Committee since 1987 in the House for 14 years, and now, since I've been in the Senate on the Ways and Means Committee of Economic Development, I can't think of a better way for us to bring revenue into the state and at the same time give entertainment to those who like it. So I'm encouraging you to send House Bill 3581 over to the Senate so we can approve this legislation and have Oregon join the many other states that do not regulate wrestling. And again, I will temper that by the fact that you're talking promotion, which is commonly understood today as entertainment and recreation. And probably in the future, you'll see a bill coming back before you again that's saying, let's have wrestling in Oregon. Thank you. I stand available for any questions.
Thank you,
I thought
Senator.
You did a little bit this morning.
Senator, are you aware of the amendments, the Dash 1 amendments?
I've been told by my staff, yes.
Okay, great. And now, since it actually states in here that the outcome is staged, you're not in any way trying to suggest that your testimony has been staged, are you?
Mr. Chairman, I am an entertainer. I sing, I speak, and I tell you, I believe in free, activity when it comes down to people expressing themselves. And so, entertainment, wrestling, whatever.
Did you go to the Sam Brooks School of Promotion?
He went to my school.
Oh, he went to your school. Representative Brzezinski and then Representative Nelson.
Mr. Chair, based on your comment, I guess I just have to ask, do you have any existing contracts with entertaining wrestling?
But I'm looking for someone. Where's your card?
I did see him slipping one over to you. Representative Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senator Carter, I was brokenhearted today to learn that it isn't the real deal.
I know.
Because I was brought up on it in the Panhandle of Texas. And my father, he's probably very disappointed today for us to have found this out. And I loved it. But, I'm just curious, do we bet on entertainment wrestling? Is there a betting process involved?
Not to my knowledge. I've been following wrestling ever since the days of one of
Oregon?
Yes, since 1967. And one of my great wrestling people who's no longer with us is Shaq Thomas from my district. And his family and all of us were good friends. And we used to live out in North Portland where they had the wrestling promotions. And so the kids would always, on Saturday nights or something, just stand around outside seeing the big wrestlers come in. They would always say hi to the kids, and it is a form of entertainment within itself, and the guys are reachable as role models to some of the kids in terms of sports and that kind of stuff. And I think that even if there are staging moments, I think that there should be, and I think that there is, kind of like a precursor to all this stuff, because they say kids don't try this at home, and I think those are the kind of safety measures that we can put into place so that kids will hopefully not try to mimic. But they mimic soldiers in war. They mimic all the entertainers who wear their pants down below their butts in society today, and we try to do whatever kind of precautions we can. I think that I don't think wrestling should be one that is precluded from doing this.
First time I could hit somebody with a metal chair, I'm going to give you a call, Senator.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much, Senator. And let me go ahead and have you all stand down. And then I've got Representative Kitts and Bob Miller, and let me just have you both come up together, if I may, please. Senator, thank you very much for coming in and entertaining us. Representative Kitts, why don't you go ahead?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I see that you found a way to definitely keep me in committee, and that's scheduling 2 of my bills and allowing me to testify on the other. I appreciate the opportunity. For the record, again, my name is Derek Kitts, State Representative, House District 30. I was glad to see on this bill that Representative Avakian was a co-sponsor. I would have liked to have been a co-sponsor myself of this bill.
We can still add your name.
Yeah, I would very much appreciate that. As an individual that's wrestled for 17 years, and I know that Representative Avakian was a college wrestler like myself, this bill appears to those of us that participate in the sport, not the entertainment of wrestling, as a no-brainer. And I would urge the chair, and I realize that these individuals that participate in this entertainment are great athletes, but I can tell you that as a college and high school and middle school wrestler, we would definitely appreciate the distinction between sports entertainment and sport. So that being said, I would support the abolishing of the entire Wrestling Commission, although they're not willing to go that far, and that's fine. I would urge the committee's support and passage of this. I know that I will be supporting it, and I can speak on behalf of the hundreds of thousands of wrestlers in the state of Oregon, who is very rich in tradition with also real wrestling as well. Pardon me. So again, for the record, I would like to say that I do support this bill, and on behalf of those hundreds of thousands of youth and college wrestlers out there, I'm sure that we would also appreciate the distinction between wrestling and wrestling. Thank you.